Hello, Joy Olson here of BlockBuster Fundraising. You know, BlockBuster Fundraising is located here in Oregon, and this weekend, this last week, we've had something unusual, I think, happen, and it deals with two different nonprofits. Well, one is definitely a nonprofit, and one is a faith-based organization. So it's interesting. It's a conundrum, and I just wanted to share it with you as a fellow professional in the nonprofit world. So first thought is one nonprofit supporting another nonprofit. Now, very first in my career, almost 22 years ago, when I was with PBS, I was having like really great success, feeling a ton of confidence in myself, and we had a pledge drive coming up that had a very special show about a whale. I can't remember the exact name, but I thought, oh, this would be a wonderful opportunity to take a portion of each of our pledges and give it to share it with the Save the Whale Foundation. So I went to my boss, and only because I had been experiencing really great success and he had a lot of confidence in what I was doing, he said, well, go ahead and try it, on this one pledge show. But very often we have found in the past, and he was very experienced in fundraising, I was brand new, he explained to me that oftentimes donors, when they donate to you, they don't want you to turn around and donate some of that to someone else. They would do that themselves if that were their preference. So I was confident I was on the right track, so he let me do it, and I did it. And it wasn't hugely successful. Perhaps it wasn't successful at all. But at least, it was a long time before social media, at least we didn't get into a social media crisis. Then fast forward about, 15 years, and as a development director and in charge of the annual event, we had selected a nonprofit that really sponsored a lot of concerts. And it felt really good to be able to hold our nonprofit event at another nonprofit's organization. That felt good, and there didn't seem to be any conflict with that at all. But in essence, it was a nonprofit supporting another nonprofit in a small way. All right, well then fast forward once again to recent times, 2017. And we have a wonderful nonprofit here in Southern Oregon called Hearts with a Mission. And they're in Medford, Oregon, and they've done wonderful things for homeless and troubled teens. And they recently opened another a segment of their group in a place called Grants Pass, Oregon, which is, 25, 30 miles away. And so that is a wonderful thing, and it's helping a lot of kids that really need help. Now, Hearts with a Mission calls themselves a faith-based organization. Now, the other side of this is up in Portland, Oregon. There is a wonderful group. I support Hearts with a Mission, and I also support the other group, Portland Gay Man Chorus from Portland. And they came down, they do all these wonderful concerts around the state, and they traveled to Grants Pass to put on a concert so that they could help Hearts with a Mission, the new Grants Pass operation, and they raised $3,000. That all seems pretty wonderful, right? Well, it is right. It is wonderful. But so what happened? Because now there's a little bit of a crisis and probably a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of people saying, well, what's going on anyway? And I had questions. I had questions as a seasoned fundraiser. I thought, well, exactly what is a faith-based organization? I mean, would that preclude them from taking a donation? So I looked it up, and here's what I found out. Well, faith-based organizations and nonprofit organizations are two different things, but an organization can certainly be both. And there are also faith-based organizations that are not nonprofit and nonprofit organizations that are not faith-based. Faith-based just means an organization is based on religious tenets. And nonprofit means the organization does not earn profit, that all income is directed towards covering costs and running programs. A Christian organization that helps the homeless might be an example of an organization that is both nonprofit and faith-based. Well, after delving into this a little bit, I think that Hearts with a Mission, even though it's faith-based, I'm sure really counts on donations. My research shows that there are certain foundations that will definitely support them, and there are certain foundations that will not, being a faith-based organization. And there are grants that they can get and grants that they can't get. And there is federal money that they can get and federal money that they can't apply for. But I think like most of us out there, our money comes from individual donors. So what that probably means to Hearts with a Mission, that this type of crisis that is happening right now will be meaningful to them if it affects donor dollars. And that is the bottom line problem for all of us, isn't it? Next Tuesday, Hearts with a Mission is going to make a public statement, but they have already said that its rejection of the funds, the $3,000 concert funds, is not a reflection of how they treat the LGBTQ youth. They said, we did not mean to disrespect the Portland Gay Man's Chorus or to the LGBTQ community, the Hearts with a Mission said. Makes it all the more perplexing is that Hearts with a Mission sought additional money from the city of Grants Pass shortly after rejecting the freely given funds. And while the city council approved this request, one of the councilors who voted against it said that while he supports the shelter's mission, he doesn't believe in giving money to a group that has rejected funds from somebody else. The Portland Gay Man's Chorus responded to the controversy in a vague but classy statement, highlighting the positive outcomes of their fundraising concerts across the state and noting that the funds from the Grants Pass show ultimately went to support the Maslow Project. So this is the story, and more to come on Tuesday. But I think as development directors, we understand that a lot of problems can arise if we're not careful of how we handle it. So here's to lots of good causes, and here's to supporting all those good causes, and here's to positive outcomes for all of us. Crisis or no crisis, but hopefully no crisis. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.